Hi, I'm live from DragonsAteOurName. Welcome back to the Forgotten City. Now, last time we had a lot of stuff happen. Iulias survived, Iulias died, but we made our way into Meliodas' villa, and now we have the key to it, and I think next time we can just waltz in there if you want to. We found Quinctius. We know that's Meliodas, so whatever happens with that, we'll see. But I kind of want to talk to Domitius again, because now he will still talk to us because it's a new loop kind of thing. And I want to choose better conversation options. Who are you going to vote for?
Meliodas, of course. If old man Sentius can't even protect his own daughter, how can we trust him to protect us?
What do you know about Scintilla, actually?
Listen, I don't abduct women. They come to me. And they keep coming back. If you know what I mean.
I don't think they do, but sure. Yes, subtle, but I think I know what you mean. Let's do this again.
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Meliodas, you go through me.
I don't have to, actually. I have a key.
Why? Because I am a gladiator. That's why.
Fair enough. Yeah, well,
Whatever.
maybe I don't even
Just
really need
remember,
anything
I'll
from
be
him.
watching.
Yep. It's fine. Hey, Cynthia.
Oh, I wish Horatius...
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Can we talk about Scintilla?
Oh, you heard about her disappearance, I take it?
I did. I mean, I know who she was seeing. It was Iulias.
Oh, really? That commoner in debt bondage next door thought he could win over a magistrate's daughter. That's awfully bold of him. I can see why she worked so hard to keep it a secret. Quick, go and find him and ask him what he knows.
Well, he did. I've spoken to him already. He's beside himself about her disappearance. I don't think he's responsible.
Oh, I see. Well, it was worth a try, I suppose. Just promise me you won't give up on her.
I won't.
Thank you.
Also, I just kind of waltzed in here as a newcomer and just talked to her about her sister, who she didn't even tell me about, but I guess that's fine. I couldn't save Iulias. I'm really sorry, Julia. Next time, though. I will save him next time, I promise.
Oh, it's you again. Is everything all right?
Yeah, everything is just dandy. Do you know anything about Scintilla's disappearance, actually?
No. I did hear from Iulias that she disappeared. It's very sad. She was such a lovely young woman. But
I
I'd
thought
been
you two
locked
were
in
friends.
Meliodas' villa for months before she went missing, so I can't help you, I'm afraid.
Okay. I thought you two were friends. What's your story? Yeah, how did you end up here?
You mean my life story? Oh, well, I grew up as part of a big family in Rome. Me and 3 older sisters. Our father found good husbands for my sisters, but I wasn't cut out for that kind of life. So he found me a job as a scribe for a prominent merchant.
You gay?
It was a good life for a while. Until 7 months ago when the fires came. My colleagues and I worked desperately to try to protect our warehouse. We must have had 100 workers passing buckets of water, chanting prayers to Vulcan, but they fell on deaf ears. The fire was relentless and it claimed everything and everyone. Well, almost everyone.
Yeah, you
My
made it out.
employer told me to grab what valuables I could and flee for the Tiber with the crowds. I remember diving into the river and then... the next thing I knew, I was waking up on the riverbank not far from here.
What I find so weird, they all say they woke up next to the riverbank just like I did. But then they don't say anything about going into the shrine and stuff. So, and then falling down the thing. So I wonder if it was the same for them, or if they just got magicked or something. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. But to be honest, sometimes I think dying in that fire might have been a blessing. Given what's happened since.
I understand. Do you know a way out of here? No, you don't. We already know that. What do you think about the golden rule?
Our priestess, Equitia, once told me it's the god's way of creating a city without sin. But if that's the case, then whichever god is responsible for it didn't think it through. I mean, all it really does is make bad people better at hiding their sins, and good people too frightened to stand up for themselves. I've seen Malleolus, Claudia, and Domitius make grown men cry. Romans. They don't cry easily. They've never physically hurt anyone. But the point is, they don't have to. They've got people running scared because everyone knows Malleolus is the favorite to win today's election.
Don't worry, I'm working on that. Yep, I am, actually.
Really?
Yep.
Then I hope fortune smiles on you, friend.
I will make everything here better. You know, Julia, I will save everyone, I will get Iulias elected, I will get Julius out of prison, and everything's gonna be just dandy. I don't know what that means, though, if all of you survive, because... Yeah, right. I just don't know.
Thank you again for saving my life.
Because eventually someone will break the golden rule. No matter what happens, I think, so... We'll see. I have a cure for you.
Feeling all right?
I am just fine. I keep hearing the statues whispering. Is that normal?
Oh no. Sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal.
I know it
There was
isn't.
another person who claimed she could hear the statues talking to her.
Yeah, Nevia.
But that was Nevia, and
Nevia.
she went a little mad.
Yeah,
Anything about what?
okay.
Oh, I see. Well, what's the treatment?
Willowbark.
Willowbark. I should have known. It was under my nose the whole time. That's very helpful. Thank you. If this works, it should settle Rufius down some.
Ooh!
I have some right here. Could you do me a favor and give him some of this? He'll just need to swallow a pinch of it. I'm hoping it will avert disaster.
Dude, didn't you just say that you wouldn't tell me who it was because that was dangerous? But... Thanks.
Thank you. I'm really glad you arrived when you did.
Me too, dude. Me too.
That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Iulia's life. Apollo smiles upon you.
You are so welcome. So welcome. Julia isn't very happy about it though, so I don't know yet if that was a really good thing. Ooh, locked door. I still need to find the priestess. Hello.
A fellow traveler from a faraway land.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is the Egyptian.
Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see
Gorgeous.
another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I. And I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary.
Yeah, isn't it
Boots in
though?
place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know, from which exotic part of the world do you hail?
America. My nation doesn't exist yet. I'm from beyond the edge of the known world. Yep,
Then you are an explorer, like me.
I am
Wonderful.
indeed.
You must have many stories to share. I cannot wait to hear them. We will have much time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps?
Yes, I'm grateful for information. What's your story?
My story? How kind of you to ask. I am a tailor and I run the humble shop in the forum.
Why set up a tailor shop here?
You mean to say, with all the turmoil and terror of the Golden Rule and so few customers, Why bother setting shop at all?
Kinda.
I'll tell you, it is precisely because of the golden rule that I wish to remind my friends of the importance of looking one's best. I say, the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our heads. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. How'd you end up here?
A good question. A very good question indeed. And I would be happy to tell you if only I could remember it clearly myself.
Why don't you tell me what you do remember?
I remember I had just been to Rome to sell an extraordinary selection of wares, and drowning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few select friends, and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could buy. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once, but none of that compares to this. This time, I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping for air, and then nothing. When I regained my faculties, I was lying naked by the banks of the Tiber, gods know how many miles from my villa.
So you floated down the Tiber.
Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little extra weight. I believe it kept me afloat. In any case, it seems I'd been rescued and resuscitated by a benevolent stranger. I went to find firewood for his campfire, stumbled across a cave, and discovered that trapdoor temple. And here I am.
He's the only one who talks like this, who actually said the trapdoor temple, and not just I was floating down the river. That's so curious. Do you know a way out of here?
Shh! Not so loud! What are you playing at?
Sorry, did I say the wrong thing?
Have you not been told about the last attempt?
No?
Oh, then I suppose this duty falls to me. It is a long story.
I have time for all the stories. It's not as if I'm going anywhere. Exactly.
Aha, you are witty. I like that. Of course, the first question any of us asks when we first arrive is, how do I escape? It is only natural after all. And scaling the chasm wall is out of the question, for it is simply too steep and too far. But as they say, if the wind fails, use the oars. And here the second option is to leave the way we came in, through the shaft above the bathhouse. See, the shaft is quite high, but if one gathered up enough wood, one could make a series of ladders and climb one's way out.
That's actually true. Why hasn't anyone done that yet?
They have. I am getting to that.
Sorry.
There was an attempt made by resourceful fellows who lived here some years ago. They even decided to keep records of their escape attempt for posterity. Unfortunately, as soon as they began to carry the first ladder down the hallway, they heard a godlike voice shake the entire city, and that, tragically, is where their tale ends. So it seems that to merely attempt escape is to invite the wrath of whichever god oversees this place, and so I say it is best to not even discuss it aloud.
That could be coincidence. It doesn't have to be that the escape attempt triggered the golden rule. It might have been that another thing triggered it and they just got interrupted. What do you think about the golden rule?
Ah, yes. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. As a Greek, this is nothing new to me.
Oh, you're a Greek!
How our gods operate.
You're a Greek! You're a Greek, so I can ask you about the other statue.
Have you not heard the tale of the god Hades? He was the first to learn this dreadful lesson when he abducted Persephone and imprisoned her in the underworld. When Demeter, the mother of Persephone, learned of this, she did not punish Hades, the guilty one. Instead, she changed the climate of Earth so that it became hot and dry. Nothing grew. The grain turned to empty husks and the rivers dried up. Innocent people died by the tens of thousands until at last the other gods were forced to act, lest they have no worshippers left. So yes, we know this rule. This has always been the case. The golden rule has merely brought it into focus.
What can we do about it?
If we are to survive, I say we must each heed the simple wisdom of Thales of Miletus, first of the 7 sages of Greece, who said, "Avoid doing what you would blame others for doing."
That sounds simple enough, but that's easier said than done, actually.
It does, doesn't it? But it is not enough for us to do this alone. For even if 99% of us adopt this principle, that will never be enough. Sadly, no matter how well we protect ourselves, the life's work of many good people can be undone in the blink of an eye by a single selfish act.
I know, I've seen it happen. Yep.
Ah, the voice of experience. I am sorry for your loss, my friend. But on a lighter note, I will say one thing for the Golden Rule. For all their grim and haunting poses, these golden statues do make magnificent models for my clothing, do they not?
I actually thought that was quite clever of you, Georgius. I like you. Also, isn't it kind of funny how, like, every religion and every philosophy, this thing of do unto others how you wish to be treated is always the same, and it never works out? Who are you going to vote for?
That, my friend, is quite the dilemma. But after some reflection, I'm leaning toward voting for Malleolus. I do not enjoy the thought of another visit from Domitius if I voted the wrong way.
Hey, yeah, anything I can do to change that, because I have a new
Nothing
candidate in
comes to
mind.
my mind, my friend.
God damn it.
I
Shit.
hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
Maybe if I save the girl that is there, whom he said was kind of like a daughter to him, maybe then he will. Hello, the 3 of you. I saw that, I didn't like it, stop it! Sinner. Uh-huh.
Make sure you stay away from that empty shrine. It's going to collapse at any moment.
Why the fuck do you have a German accent? Do we have a chest? Accusatory note. Virgil, they may not see you yet, but I want you to know I see you. Is he Christian? Salve.
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. I hear we have
Try
you
me,
to thank
bitch.
for saving Julia's life. I'm glad you arrived when you did.
What is your story?
Well, I'm an architect. Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people, that kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place.
It feels very... As a German, it hurts a little hearing this accent. But it seems like he actually might be German, because usually when you hear a German accent, it sounds a little different. Or maybe like Austrian, Switzerland, something like that. Or maybe I'm completely wrong and I'm making a fool of myself. But, you know, I have to like you now, Virgil. Tell me about the city Sicily.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek.
Yep, I know. Isn't it common for Romans to copy Greek art and architecture? What does it mean?
I'm not sure. It could mean that the Romans, who first started building here, were just copying Greek architecture, which they do all the time. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell.
You know what I also find so funny? This is the kind of accent we do to mock a German English accent. It's so funny. Tell me about the city's architecture.
Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose.
A very
They
practical
take fresh
purpose.
water coming from outside the city and distribute it all across the chasm. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake and allows us to fish and farm.
If they bring water into the city, could we use them to escape? I won't do
Not so
that.
loud. Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow. Just, please, try to be a bit more discreet about it.
I will. Tell me about the temple on the bluff.
You mean the Great Temple? This one's a bit of a mystery. Given the way it's positioned so prominently, looking down on us, it's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see,
How do you mean?
usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an
So it's a
obelisk
god who
out the
built this
front,
place.
which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced it. And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering, which god is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the Golden Rule? Unless somebody
Yeah.
figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know.
This game is so intriguing. I really like this.
Of course.
I noticed the graffiti. Why does someone think you're a sinner?
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
Okay, you like men.
Hey, nothing gets by you, huh? Sorry, that was mean. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagos, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of.
You're preaching
Needless
to the
say,
choir,
Since
dude.
I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi.
And I'm guessing the Christians that live here don't like that either.
Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least, I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong.
Do you know who's writing the graffiti?
It's not just graffiti. I have quite the collection of handwritten notes too. The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person.
So maybe it isn't about your
guess,
sexuality
I'd say
then.
it's probably one of those cultists.
The Christians?
Strange bunch. They insist there's only one God, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is, if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the Golden Rule.
Let me look into it for you.
What? Really? I didn't expect that. But thanks. It's always a pleasure to meet someone so selfless.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
glad you arrived when you did. I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are. Or maybe ask around among the merchants here. Someone who lives or works in the forum must have seen something. But if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. I suspect they're just confused.
I will. Don't worry.
Come back and let me know what you find.
I will. Yeah. I always think it's so... If Christianity hadn't become such a big thing, and not only in Europe but around the world, we'll probably have a lot more LGBTQ acceptance around the world. Because they are responsible for a lot of persecution. Not only of LGBTQ people, but in general. Oh, toilets, hello. Communal public toilets. These holes must be designed for use when with the sponge on a stick. Ooh. Oh god, somebody got goldenized on the toilet. That's kind of a shame. I'm really sorry. That really sucks, dude. A small stick with a sponge attached. This must be what the Romans use instead of toilet paper. It appears to be for communal use. Ah, best to put it back immediately. Yes, 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 yes. Always remember they are watching. Yep, they are. Ah, it's so creepy. It's so creepy. Because I hope that this time I can tell her not to go into the shrine. Is she not here? Ah, she is.
Help! You have to do something.
I will.
A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort.
I know,
with his face all covered up. And he's got a...
I know.
have to do something.
I know. I'll get right on it.
Thank you. He's still in there. Somewhere. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over.
No, don't go into the empty shrine. Don't go in there.
What? Why?
It'll collapse. Just trust me.
All right, fine. Come and find me in my bakery instead. Please be careful.
Yes. Because that shrine is just gonna kill ya. We don't want it to kill ya. I mean, I can tell him about Malleolus, so maybe he just leaves me alone? I can try. If it doesn't work, then I'm starting another loop. And that's fine too.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is?
I do. It doesn't matter what I say, you're going to try to kill me anyway. Yes, he's in the villa right at the end of this road. He goes by Malleolus now. Yes, I saw him worshipping in a small round shrine just inside the city second building on your left.
Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now, but you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
But I killed him now, so that should trigger the golden rule, shouldn't it? I can send him to kill Malleolus, but that will trigger the golden rule anyway. So I can try this at least. Yeah, in there. Right there. You go right there, dude. Don't read the note outside. It's not necessary. Goodbye. He has a bow! Oh my god, he has a bow! Bounty notice. By order of Emperor Nero, all loyal sons of Rome are ordered to hunt and execute the arsonist and murderer Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, a citizen from the Aventine district of Rome. He is about 40 to 50 years old. He is average height, average build, has dark hair, and has one green eye and one blue eye. He is typically clean-shaven. He is a known associate of cultists and sufferers from delusions of grandeur. Okay. Yeah, take everything. So, Malleolus. I can probably... Yeah, ask Malleolus whether he's Quinctius. Okay, this was very successful. And that was very cool. So, I'm gonna end it here. Next time we'll talk to Fabia and figure so much more stuff out. I really like this game. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye und auf Wiedersehen.